Naturally remove calluses from hands and feet. When you don't take care of your body, it shows, usually in the form of a problem. In certain areas your abuse will be clear to the casual observer. Calluses are one of these problems. Calluses are merely thickened layers of skin, which is responsible for protecting an area where friction or pressure has taken its toll. These can occur on the hands or the feet and are very common among people of all ages. One thing needs to be made clear: there's nothing to fear from a callus. This type of problem is not serious and can almost always be resolved at home. Just follow the tips we'll share with you today and you'll see an improvement. 1. Hydration to eliminate calluses. Find a container where you can submerge the area of your hand or foot that's affected by a callus. Add some boiling water and chamomile flowers to the container. Once the liquid cools to a bearable temperature, soak the affected area for 10 minutes. This will loosen your callus so you can remove it. 2. Natural acids. Slice a lemon, and apply the slices to the affected areas with a cloth to hold them in place. The acids from this citrus fruit will help remove your calluses, but it will take a little longer than the first method. We recommend leaving it on overnight. Be careful to avoid exposing this area to sunlight, which could stain the skin and leave unsightly spots. 3. A mix of water and baking soda. You can make a paste using warm water and baking soda. Normally you should only use 3 teaspoons of baking soda for every 1 cup of water. Once you have the desired consistency, apply it to the callus like a paste. Leave it on for 30 minutes and then rinse the area. 4. Easy homemade ointment. If you have some garlic and olive oil at home, you can make an ointment to treat this problem. Take a clove of garlic and mash it with some olive oil to create a homemade treatment. Just as with the lemon slices, this takes more time to take effect, so you should leave it on overnight. 5. Onion. This is a treatment that requires patience. Onion is a food that has anti-inflammatory properties, so it's great if you're suffering from calluses. Cut an onion in half and apply it to the affected area. It will take some time to see improvements, but if you have patience you'll notice the results. If you don't mind the scent of the onion, this could be the treatment for you. 6. White vinegar. This is another ingredient that contains acids to help resolve the situation. Mix some white vinegar with water and moisten the callus with it. Cover the region overnight and in the morning use a file to remove the softened callus. Then clean the affected area and see your results. 7. Nettle. Nettle is a plant that's often used in alternative medicine thanks to its anti-inflammatory properties. This is no exception when it comes to removing calluses, and it's capable of getting rid of them completely. Mix some nettle with hot water until you have a paste. Apply this to the callus and cover it. It's best to leave it covered for a couple of hours. Calendula is another plant that's ideal for treating this problem. You can prepare and apply it in the same way as the nettle. How to prevent calluses. You can follow some simple rules to prevent these unwanted visitors from appearing. When you buy your shoes, for example, make sure they're not too tight. It might not seem like they are too tight at the time, but it will eventually start to affect the skin. Because calluses can also appear on the hands, it's important to keep this area constantly hydrated. Use moisturizing creams after you shower. You should also avoid applying certain things to your hands and feet. Abrasive materials that apply a lot of pressure. Not drying the area well. Always wearing the same shoes or gloves.